So now let's take a minute and look at the root of all beliefs. So belief as the master creator of my reality, and everything I believe to be true, I will make true. I may or may not be aware of all of my beliefs, which is why sometimes I may say, I have no idea why this is happening to me. Now, most psychologists will agree that the majority of beliefs are actually formed from the final trimester of pregnancy in the womb until about the age of 7. And beliefs are extremely useful because they help me navigate this world safely. Beliefs are imprinted into the subconscious mind based on experiences that I have. So essentially something will happen, and depending on the emotion I feel, that belief, that experience is good or bad, that belief will be imprinted on me. Now, this is largely due to the install I've received from my parents because I spend so much time with them at early ages. And beliefs are made by direct experience or through observation. So if while I'm in the womb of my mother and she's experiencing fear, for example, her and my father maybe are fighting, I might develop this world as unsafe before I'm even born. And I'll come in ready to battle. Until I program this belief, I might have a very combative lifestyle. I may not even be able to have any kind of communication without arguing. Before I'm born, I'm ready for this. On the other hand, if my family is very affectionate, I will probably find it easy to give and receive love. Nearly all humans are influenced by a conundrum of events during the first 7 years, which create the entire belief system. Around this age of 7, the conscious mind begins to take over and make decisions based on the beliefs that are already living in the subconscious mind. So if you were a computer person, think of the conscious mind as a word processing or like a software, and the subconscious as the operating system that allows the software to run. Now, beliefs are the driver program that allow the computer to communicate with the printers and modems. For humans, it's anything in the outside world. It runs in the background, unnoticed, but it's vital to the process, and it can change everything. So I lived for decades before I updated my driver programs. And my beliefs in my childhood were still running my adult life. So an example of this, and some reinforcement, a few years ago I was in a toy store and I saw a child asking for a toy, and his mother said no. He threw a temper tantrum. And once that didn't work, he got onto the next program, which was the tears. Mom caved and eventually bought the toy and reinforced his belief. Now, that belief program is when I scream and cry, I get what I would like. Now, adults carry on the same course of action unless they have a new belief installed. Now, for a child, this might be completely harmless, but a world of a bunch of crying, screaming adults is kind of hell on earth to me. So an example in adult life very similar was recently I was with a friend who made a request to me. It was out of line with my heart intentions. And when I shared this with her, she became angry. And then when I refused to beg for her forgiveness and do anything in the world to make it up to her, the next program turned on, and so began the tears, very similar to this kid. They were flowing. And I'm just thinking back to this small child. No matter what I said or what solution I offered, she just was mad or crying. Now, supporting this behavior would only serve to reinforce the belief. So engaging with this person will only serve to create more hell on earth for me and her. So I surrendered, I allowed her to win, continue, and I moved forward with my day and without her. So this is the case for anyone who has yet to hack their beliefs. It becomes an endless battle of changing habits and attempting to become motivated to make changes in the software where the driver program is saying, you can't do that. Fatal error. This means all of the mistakes you have made up until this moment because of your beliefs are not your fault, actually. They were completely out of your awareness. This stuff was going on without you realizing. The great news is you can now begin to identify any belief that is undermining your success. So this is where we're going to actually start practicing identifying what beliefs there are inside of you and how did they actually create a different outcome than maybe you would like, or what were the empowering ones that did. So we're going to get on with this practice right now so that we can start seeing those beliefs, because as soon as they come into awareness, they may actually begin to dissolve, and you may actually have some huge aha moments during this practice. So I'm really excited for you, because when I saw it and I started investigating this stuff, it was like, wow, wow. So the more disempowering beliefs that I can uncover when I'm doing this, the better, actually. The more errors that I'm making, the better, because I'm realizing where I'm creating these from. And once they're in my awareness, then I have access to my greatness, to truth, to more empowerment. So here we are.